Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtike. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 7. Today we are starting. The Lord begins his tour of South India. Text 1 onwards. Dhanyam tam nomi chaitanyam vasudevam dayardradhi nashtakushtam rupa pushtam bhakti tushtam chakaryaha. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very compassionate toward a Brahmin named Vasudeva, cured him of leprosy. He transformed him into a beautiful man satisfied with devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the glorious Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Ei mate sarvabhaumer nistar karila, dakina gamane prabhu ichha upajila. After delivering Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, the Lord desired to go to South India to preach. Magha Shukla Pakshe Prabhu Karila Sannyasa, Falgu Neasiya Kaila Nila Chalevasa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order during the vexing fortnight of the month of Magh. During the following month, Falgun, he went to Jagannath Puri and resided there. Falgunera Sheshadola Yatra se dekhila, Prema Vesha Taha Bahu Nitya Gita Kahila. At the end of the month of Falgun, he witnessed the Dola Yatra ceremony, and in his usual ecstatic love of God, he chanted and danced in various ways on the occasion. So Dola Yatra, I believe, is the Chandan Yatra, and they take Utsav Murti of Lord Jagannath, which is Madan Mohanji, for boat festival. I believe it is that, Dola Yatra. Chaitre rahi kaila sarvabhauma vimochana, Vaishakher prathame dakshina jate hailamana. During the month of Chaitra, while living at Jagannath Puri, the Lord delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And at the beginning of the next month, Vaishak, he decided to go to South India. निज गण हानि कहे विनय करिया, आलिंगन करी सबाय श्री हस्त धरिया. तोम सब जानिया में प्राणाधिक कारी, प्राण छाड़ जाए तोम सब छाड़ित न पारी. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called all his devotees together and holding them by the hand, humbly informed them, "You are all more dear to me than my life. I can give up my life, but to give you up is difficult for me. Tumi saba bandhu mora bandhu kritya kaile, ihani mora Jagannath dekhaile." You're all my friends, and you have properly executed the duties of friends by bringing me here to Jagannath Puri and giving me the chance to see Lord Jagannath in the temple. Eve sabastane hui mago ekadane, sabe meli agya deha yabe dakhine. And I now beg all of you for one bit of charity. Please give me permission to leave for a tour of South India. Vishwarup uddeshe avashya amiyaba, ekakiya bikaho sange na laiba. I shall go to search out Vishwarup. Please forgive me, but I want to go alone. I do not wish to take anyone with me. So Vishwarup was his elder brother who had taken sannyas, and he left the home without telling Jagannath, his mother or father. Of course, this was just an excuse for Mahaprabhu to go to South India, but this was one of the excuses. And then he wanted to go further. Setu banda haite ami nasi yavata nila chale tumi sabha rahibe tavata. Until I return from Setu Banda, all of your dear friends should remain at Jagannath Puri. So Setu Banda is Rameshwaram. विश्वरूप सिद्धि प्राप्ति जाने न सकल दक्षिण देश उद्धारित करे नहीं चाल. Knowing everything, Shiv Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was aware that Vishwarup had already passed away. A pretense of ignorance was necessary, however, so that he could go to South India and liberate the people there. Shuniya sabar mane haila mahadukha, nishabda haila sabar sukhaile mukha. Upon hearing this message from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees became very unhappy and remained silent with sullen faces. Nityananda Prabhu kahe aiche kaiche haya, eka ki aibe tumi ki iha sahaya. Nityananda Prabhu then said, how is it possible for you to go alone? Who can tolerate this? Dui ek sange chaluk napada hath range, yare kaha sei dui chaluk tomara sange. Let one or two of us go with you. Otherwise, you may fall into the clutches of thieves and rogues along the way. They may be whomever you like, but two persons should go with you. So you choose which two. Dakhinera tirthapatha ami sab jani, ami sange yai prabhu agya deha tumi. Indeed, I know all the paths to different places of pilgrimage in South India. Just order me, and I shall go with you. Because Nityananda Prabhu had been to all these places before he met Mahaprabhu. Prabhu kahe ami nartak tumi sutradhara, tumi yaiche nachao taiche nartana mara. The Lord replied, I'm simply a dancer and you are the wire puller. However you pull the wires to make me dance, I shall dance in that way. So Mahaprabhu is saying, Nityananda Prabhu, I'm just a dancer and you're the puppeteer. But sannyasa karyami chalila vrindavana tumi amalaya aile advaita bhavana. After accepting the sannyas order, I decided to go to Vrindavan. But you took me instead to the house of Advaita Prabhu. So indirectly he's saying, you don't listen to me. So whatever I wanted to do, you want to do exactly the opposite. So how can I take you? नीलाचला सीते पथे भंगीला मोर दंड तोमा सबार गाढ़ स्नेह आमार कार्य भंगा. While on the way to Jagannath Puri, you broke my sannyasa staff. I know that all of you have great affection for me, but such things disturb my activities. जगदानंद चाहे आमा विषय भुंजाई ते यही कहे सही भाई चाहिए करी ते. Jagadanand wants me to enjoy bodily sense gratification, and out of fear, I do whatever he tells me. So now, Nityanand Prabhu, I cannot go with you. You broke my sannyasa step, and now this Jagadanand, he gets angry at me if I don't eat, and he feeds me all the luxurious items. कभु यदि हर वाक्य करिए अन्यथा क्रोधे तीन दिन मोर नाही कहे कथा. If I sometimes do something against his desire out of anger, he will not talk to me for 3 days. Mukunda hain dukhi dekhi sannyas dharma tin bare shite snan bhumite shayana. Being a sannyasi, I have a duty to lie down on the ground and to take bath 3 times a day, even during winter. But Mukunda becomes very unhappy when he sees my severe austerities. I want to speak of when we are in the traveling team. Then I have to do, I have to take whatever is there, and he will get upset. अंतरे दुखी मुकुंद नाही कहे मुखे, इहार दुख देखी मोर द्विगुण है दुखे. Of course, Mukunda does not say anything, but I know that he's very unhappy with it. And upon seeing him unhappy, I become twice as unhappy. Amita sannyasi damodar brahmachari, sada rahe amar upar shiksha dandadhari. Although I am in the renounced order of life and Damodar is a brahmachari, he still keeps a stick in his hand just to educate me. So Damodar Pandit was there to, in his way, to correct Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, I cannot take him with me. Ihar aage ami na jani vyavahar, ihare na bhaye swatantra charitra amara. According to Damodar, I'm still a neophyte as far as social etiquette is concerned. Therefore, he does not like my independent nature. Lokapeksha nahi har Krishna kripa haite, ami lokapeksha kabu na pari chadite. Damodar Pandit and others are more advanced in receiving the mercy of Lord Krishna. Therefore, they are independent of public opinion. As such, they want me to enjoy sense gratification, even though it be unethical. But since I am a poor sannyasi, I cannot abandon the duties of the renounced order, and therefore I follow them strictly. So Mahaprabhu is just trying not to take any of them. A brahmachari is supposed to assist a sannyasi. Therefore, a brahmachari should not try to instruct a sannyasi. That is etiquette. Consequently, Damodar should not have advised Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of his duty. But again, from Damodar Pandit's point of view, it was the proper etiquette that Mahaprabhu should adopt. अतः तुम्ही सब रह नीला चाले दिन कट आमी तीर्थ भ्रमिबक एकले. You should all therefore remain here in Nilachal for some days while I tour the sacred places of pilgrimage alone. इह सब बार वश प्रभु है ये गुणे दोषारोप चले करे गुण आस्वादाने. Actually, the Lord was controlled by the good qualities of all his devotees. On the pretense of attributing faults, he tasted all these qualities. So he was actually tasting and appreciating the good qualities, but he didn't want to take them with him. All the accusations made by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu against his beloved devotees actually showed his great appreciation of their intense love for him. Yet he mentioned these faults one after another as if he were offended by the intense affection. The personal associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes behaved contrary to regulative principles out of intense love for the Lord. And because of their love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself sometimes violated the regulative principles of a sannyasi. In the eye of the public, such violations are not good. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so controlled by his devotees' love that he was obliged to break some of the rules. Although accusing them, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was indirectly indicating that he was very satisfied with their behavior in pure love of Godhead. Therefore, in the verse 27, he mentions that his devotees and associates place more importance on love of Krishna than on social etiquette. There are many instances of devotion service rendered by previous acharyas who did not care about social behavior when intensely absorbed in love for Krishna. Unfortunately, as long as we are within this material world, we must observe social customs to avoid criticism by the general populace. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire. So, observing social customs, but at the same time reciprocating the devotees' love. So, one has to see how to and at the same avoid the criticism by general populace. That is also important. Chaitanya Bhakta Vatsalya Akathya Kathana Apane Vairagya Dukkha Karena Sahan. No one can properly describe Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's affection for his devotees. He always tolerated all kinds of personal unhappiness resulting from his acceptance of the renounced order of life. सही दुख देखिए भक्त दुख प्राय, सही दुख तारे शक्य सहा न पाया. The regulative principles observed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were sometimes intolerable, and all the devotees became greatly affected by them. Although strictly observing the regulative principles, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not tolerate the unhappiness felt by his devotees. गुणे दोषोद्गार चले सब निषिधिया, एकाकी भ्रमि भेन तीर्थ वैराग्य करिया. Therefore, to prevent them from accompanying him and becoming unhappy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared the good qualities to be faults. And he said, they're going to be very unhappy, and if they are unhappy, I'll be twice unhappy, so I cannot take them. The Lord wanted to tour all the places of pilgrimage alone and strictly observe the duties of the renounced order. Tabe chari jan bahu minati karila, swatantra Ishvara Prabhu kabuna manila. Four devotees and humbly insisted that they go with the Lord, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, did not accept their request. तबे नित्यानंद कहे ये आज्ञा तुम्हारा, दुख सुख ये हाउ कर्तव्य हमारा. Thereupon Lord Nityananda said, whatever you order is my duty, regardless of whether it results in happiness or unhappiness. किंतु एक निवेदन करो हर बार, विचार करिया ताहा कर अंगीकार. Yet I still submit one petition to you. Please consider it, and if you think it proper, please accept it. Kopin bahir vashar jal patra, ar kichu nahi yabe sabe matra. You must take with you a loincloth, kopin, external clothes, and a water pot. You should take nothing more than this. Tomar dui hastabad nama ganani, jal patra bahir vasha vahi beke mane. Since your two hands will always be engaged in chanting and counting the holy names, how will you be able to carry the water pot and external garments? So, Prabhupada says, so see, even Mahaprabhu was chanting and counting the holy names, counting the number of rounds he was chanting. This is what Nityananda Prabhu said here. So many times devotees who don't have taste yet, they say, oh, why I have this counter? I can chant without the counter. I can chant on my fingers. Why I have to chant on the beads? Well, if the Supreme Lord himself was chanting on the beads and had a counter, what is our excuse? It's just an excuse for not following the procedure properly. That's all. If it is a procedure given, it must have some meaning, even if you think that Vidurpriya just making it up. No, I'm not making it up. It's just there in the scripture. This is Prabhupada followed, all the Guru Parampara followed, Mahaprabhu himself followed. So why we have to make a new path by, okay, sometimes, because I have met people, oh, I chant, I like to sing on harmonium with the Hare Krishna mantra, and that is chant. Yeah, that is also chanting. I'm not denying that. But chanting on beats, having a fixed number of rounds as my vow that I'm going to chant that much every day. That will, otherwise mind is so tricky. It will still go away, even if we have taken a vow. What to speak of, not fixed up. So this is why we have to chant, count, and take a vow of whatever number rounds we're going to chant every day, minimum. Prabhupada says, from this verse it is clear that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting the holy names a fixed number of times daily. The Goswamis used to follow in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur, also followed this principle. Concerning the Goswamis, Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Srila Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srinivas Acharya confirms, Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Natibhi. And they would chant Sankhya Purvak. In addition to other duties, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced a system of chanting the holy name of the Lord a fixed number of times daily, as confirmed in this verse. Tomar dui hasta baddha nama ganane. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to count on his fingers. While one hand was engaged in chanting, the other hand kept the number of rounds. This is corroborated in the Chaitanya Chandramrita and also in Srila Rupa Goswami's Tavamala. Badanan prema bhar prakampita karo granthi na kati doroke sankhya tum nij lok mangal hare krishneti namanam japan hare krishneti uccha sfurit rasno nama ganana krita granthi shreni subhag kati sutro jala karaha. Therefore, devotees in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must chant at least 16 rounds daily. And this is the number prescribed by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So at least, Prabhupada says, 16 rounds daily. Haridas Thakur daily chanted 300,000 names. 16 rounds is about 28,000 names. There is no need to imitate Haridas Thakur or the other Goswamis, but chanting the holy name a fixed number of rounds daily is essential for every devotee. So this helps in fixing our mind. I have met devotees, one devotee I met, initiated, he did not have the counter on his mala, on the chanting bank. So I said, how do you keep track of how many rounds you have done? Oh, I keep track by the time I spent in chanting. I said, just putting a counter on your bead bag. How long does it take? And how much effort is there? Why you want to do it some other way? Timing. Why you want to time your chanting? It can go up or down. Anything can happen. See, some things we have to just follow. We should not try to make up our own way. Okay, this is what it is. No, why? And simple things, very, very simple things. The discipline should be like of a military discipline. Have to get up, have to chant my rounds properly, just have to do it. That's it. Prema vesha pathe tumi habe achetana, ei sab samagri tomar ke kare rakshana. When along the way you fall unconscious in ecstatic love of Godhead, who will protect your belongings, the water pot, garments, and so forth? So you will fall unconscious in ecstatic love, that is for sure. So then Nityanand Prabhu recommended, Krishnadas name sarala brahman, iho sange kari laha dharane vedan. Shri Nityanand Prabhu continued, here is a simple Brahman named Krishnadas. Please accept him and take him with you. That is my request. This Krishnadas, known as Kala Krishnadas, is not the Kala Krishnadas mentioned in 11th chapter, verse 37 of the Adi Lila, when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was describing different associates of Mahaprabhu. The Kala Krishnadas mentioned in the 11th chapter is one of the 12 Gopals, cowherd boys, who appeared in order to substantiate the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is known as a great devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. The Brahmin named Kala Krishnadas, who went with Sri Chaitanya to South India and later to Bengal, is mentioned in the Madhya Lila 10th chapter, verses 62 to 79. One should not take these two to be the same person. Okay, so this is a different person. And then the one mentioned earlier. Jal patra vastra vahi toma sange jabe. Je tomara ichha kara kechuna bali be. He will carry your water pot and garments. You may do whatever you like. He will not say a word. He will not get angry. He will not get unhappy seeing your austerities. So he'll just carry your stuff. तबे तार वाक्य प्रभु करि अंगीकारे ताहा सब लया गेला सार्वभौम घरे. Accepting the request of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya took all his devotees and went to the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Namaskari Sarvabhauma asan nivedila sabhakare mili tabe asane vasila. As soon as they entered his house, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya offered the Lord obeisances and a place to sit. After seating all the others, the Bhattacharya took his seat. Nana Krishna Varta kahila tahare, tomara thai aila agya magivare. After they had discussed various topics about Lord Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, I have come to your place just to receive your order. Sannyas kari Vishwarup giya chetakine, avashya kariba amitara anveshan. My elder brother Vishwarup had taken sannyas and gone to South India. Now I must go search for him. Agya deha vashyami dakhine chaliba, tomara agyate sukhe liyoti ashiba. Please permit me to go, for I must tour South India. With your permission, I shall soon return very happily. Shuni Sarvabhauma haila atyanta katara, charane dhariya kahe vishadotara. Upon hearing this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became very much agitated. Catching hold of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave his sorrowful reply. Bahu janmer punya phale paino tomara sanga, hena sanga vidhi mora karile kabhanga. After many births due to some pious activity, I got your association. Now Providence is breaking this invaluable association. Shire vajra pade yadi putra mari jaye, taha sahi tomar vichet sahana jaye. If a thunderbolt falls on my head or if my son dies, I can tolerate it, but I cannot endure the unhappiness of separation from you. स्वतंत्र ईश्वर तुम्ही करी बेगमान दिन कठ राह देखी तुम्हारा चरण. My dear Lord, you are the independent supreme personality of Godhead. Certainly you will depart. I know that. Still, I ask you to stay here a few more days so that I can see your lotus feet. See, everywhere Mahaprabhu goes, all the devotees want him to stay for a few more days. When he was leaving Navdvip to come to Jagannath Puri, Advaita Acharya's house, they all asked, please stay for a few more days, few more days. Tahar vinay prabhu shithil haila mana, rahila divas katho na kaila gamana. Upon hearing Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's request, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relented. He stayed a few days longer and did not depart. Bhattacharya agra kari kare nimantran, grihe pak kari prabhu ke karaha bhojan. The Bhattacharya eagerly invited Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home and fed him very nicely. Tahar Brahmani tar naam shathir mata, Randhi bhiksha denar teho asharya tar katha. The Bhattacharya's wife whose name was Shati Mata, the mother of Shati, did the cooking. The narrations of these pastimes are very wonderful. So, that Bhattacharya's daughter was Shati. Now, I don't know if this was the same daughter who was married to Gopinath Acharya, or that was a different one. I don't know. आगे तो कही बताह करी विस्तार एबे कही प्रभु दक्षिण जात्रा समाचार. Later, I shall tell about this in elaborate detail. But at present, I wish to describe Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's South Indian tour. So, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami say, I want to describe that part. दिन पांच रही प्रभु भट्टाचार्य स्थाने चली बार लागी आज्ञा मागिला आपने. Oh, I'm sorry, Shati. So Shati's daughter, Gopinath Acharya's brother-in-law, Sarvam Bhattacharya. Yeah, Shati is different. I remember now. Shati, the daughter of Sarvam Bhattacharya, her husband name is Amogha, and that pastime will come later on. Amogha. After staying 5 days at the home of Sarvam Bhattacharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally asked his permission to depart for South India. प्रभु राग्रहे भट्टाचार्य समत धैला प्रभु तारे लया जगन्नाथ मंदिर गेला. After receiving the Bhattacharya's permission, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Lord Jagannath in the temple. He took the Bhattacharya with him. Darshan kari Thakur Pasha Agya Magila Pujari Prabhu Re Mala Prashadani Dila. Seeing Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also begged his permission. The priest then immediately delivered prasadam and a garland to Lord Chaitanya. Agya mala paya harshe namaskar kari anande dakhina deshe chale gaurahari. Thus, receiving Lord Jagannath's permission in the form of a garland, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered obeisances, and then in great jubilation he prepared to depart for South India. Bhattacharya Sangyar Yat Nij Gana Jagannatha Pradakshina Kari Kari Lagaman. Accompanied by his personal associates and Sarvam Bhattacharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu circumambulated the altar of Jagannath. The Lord then departed on his South Indian tour. Of course, he is Supreme Lord, but for any sannyasi also, when we see many times we see them going to Badrinath, Kedarnath, or other places, they hardly have anything to carry, and definitely hardly have any money. We go, we make all the arrangements, flight tickets, train tickets, hotel booking, and money for prasadam. We make so much of arrangement. But this is what sannyas ashram is, when you're completely dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Of course, the Lord will take care. He takes care of everybody. Why won't he take care of devotees who are going for pilgrimage and who have no other means of sustenance? Lord definitely takes care. But that faith has to be there. Samudra tire tire Alalnath pathe Sarvabhauma kahile Nacharya Gopinathe. While the Lord was going along the path to Alalnath, which was located on the seashore, Sarvam Bhattacharya gave the following orders to Gopinath Acharya. Chari kopin bahirvas rakhi ache ghare taha prasadana laya aisave pradware. Bring the 4 sets of loincloths and outer garments I keep at home, and also some prasadam of Lord Jagannath. You may carry these things with the help of some Brahman. Tabe sarvabhauma kahe prabhu racharane avashya palive prabhu morani vedane. While Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was departing, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya submitted the following at his lotus feet. My lord, I have one final request that I hope you will kindly fulfill. Ramananda Raya che Godavari tire, Adhikari hayante ho Vidyanagare. In the town of Vidyanagar, on the bank of Godavari, there is a responsible government officer named Ramananda Rai. In the Amrit Prabha Bhashya Bhaktivinoda Thakur states that Vidyanagar is today known as Porbandar. There is another Porbandar in Western India in the province of Gujarat, but this Porbandar is in now I don't know, it comes under Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, in one of the two states. Shudra Vishay Gyane Upeksha na karive, Amara vachane tare avashya milive. Please do not neglect him, thinking he belongs to a Shudra family engaged in material activities. It is my request that you meet him without fail. So Ramanand Rai, a wonderful meeting, wonderful devotee. Actually, he is, some say Vishaka, some say combination of Vishaka and Arjun of Mahabharat. And the conversation between Ramanand Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the banks of Kaveri or Godavari, I think Kaveri. It's a wonderful Godavari, at the banks of Godavari. It's a wonderful communication, wonderful discussion, and it's given in detail in Chaitanya Charitamrita later on. So in the Varnashram Dharma, the Shudra in the fourth division in the social status, Shudra is the fourth division. Shudras are meant to engage in the service of the three higher classes, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. Shri Ramanand Rai belonged to the Karana class, okay, which is equivalent to Kayasth class in Bengal. This class is regarded all over India as Shudra. It is said that the Bengali Kayasthas were originally engaged as servants of Brahmins who came from North India to Bengal. Later, the clerical class became the Kayasthas in Bengal. Now there are many mixed classes known as Kayasth. Sometimes it is said in Bengal that those who cannot claim any particular class belong to the Kayasth class. Although these Kayas or Karans are considered Shudras, they are very intelligent and highly educated. See, Shudras not no education and cannot earn money, because Ramanand Rai himself was the governor of Madras. He was a government officer. So this is all nonsense that is going on in politics. They're saying, oh, Shudras were all downtrodden and they didn't have any rights. Where is it written in scriptures? Politicians can write whatever they want just to get votes. But in scriptures, that is most important. But general public has no time to study the scriptures, no knowledge, no access, and what to follow? Follow politicians, corrupt politicians. Thus in Bengal, the Kayasthas are sometimes considered Kshatriyas because they were professionals, lawyers or politicians. In Odisha, however, the Kayasth class, which includes the Karans, is considered in the Shudra category. Srila Ramananda Rai belonged to this Karan class. Therefore, he was considered a Shudra. He was also the governor of South India under the regime of Maharaj Pratap Rudra of Odisha. In other words, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya informed Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Ramanand Rai, although belonging to the Shudra class, was a very highly responsible government officer. And as far as spiritual advancement is concerned, materialists, politicians, and Shudras are generally disqualified. Politicians also. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya therefore requested that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not neglect Ramanand Rai, who was highly advanced spiritually, although he was born a Shudra and a materialist. Materialist in the sense he was a governor. And he had to deal with all the administration part. A Vishayi is one who is attached to family life and is interested only in wife, children, and worldly sense gratification. The senses can be engaged either in worldly enjoyment or in the service of the Lord. Those who are not engaged in the service of the Lord and are interested only in material sense gratification are called Vishayi. Srila Ramananda Rai was engaged in government service and he belonged to current class. He was certainly not a sannyasi in saffron cloth, yet he was in the transcendental position of a Paramhansa householder. This is what Prabhupada is writing. Therefore, becoming Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disciple, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya considered Ramananda Rai an ordinary Vishayi because he was a householder engaged in government service. However, when the Bhattacharya was actually enlightened in Vaishnava philosophy, he could understand the exalted transcendental position of Sri Ramananda Rai. Therefore, he referred to him as Adhikari. An Adhikari is one who knows the transcendental science of Krishna and is engaged in his service. Therefore, all Grihastha devotees are designated as Das Adhikari. So, this is how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Mahaprabhu, please meet Ramananda Rai. And definitely Mahaprabhu will meet him. So I guess we can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah, one question on like Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji was in Nadia earlier, and from there he visited to Puri. From there he as the katha is progressing, so he is now going towards South India. So apart from that South, because the eagerness will also come that how many places throughout India he has visited in his life. So is that any other place like in Western Ghats, somewhere in Gujarat, that side also he visited, or just that South India and then he returned or something like that?
No, he didn't go to Western Ghat. From South India, he comes back. And then from Jagannath Puri, he travels to Vrindavan also through Jharkhand forest. And then he also goes to Kashi and Prayagraj.
Okay.
But in this side, I don't think he came to this side. Like Delhi or Gujarat or Rajasthan, I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Chalo, you all
Hare
safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.